delete on crowd controls.
Yeah, and now Glue, Wapol, and Koopa taken away. Those are good start bans for Aura PH. Now, honestly, Execration will continue to just keep giving the Kufra to Jackdo because for Aura, I don't see them first picking the Kufra. I see them first picking a Jawhead or a Cho if it's available for game to get picked up here.
There is no
Your team is
there is no game of a Kufra for JP.
It's won in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And it's only really just Rafflesia being the consistent Kufra player here for Aura. Yeah, it's not going to. It's definitely not going to go to the side of Aura. They're still banning out Jawhead.
Yeah, because I think they want to priority pick the Eve if it will be opened up here by Execration. Either the Eve or the Benedetta might be the first pick here for Aura PH. Potentially the Uranus. So any of those three. One of those will get taken out here depending on what this last ban for Execration was.
We'll have to figure out. So give it a couple more seconds to simmer out. Execration is giving us a little tease of what may potentially happen.
And it's actually the Selena getting taken away here by Execration, so they still don't want to go up against that. So yeah, Benedetta, Eve, or the Uranus is open for Aura PH the first pick if they want to.
Gotta respect the Selena ban there. But the main question here, though, is will Aura have an answer if Kufra is available?
Okay, Eve is the one that gets locked in here. And to answer your question, it's not something that you want to directly answer. Yes, if it does get shown up, it will be a threat no matter what. But then, committing your lineup to really just try and take down the Kufra, that is already picked up by Execration right away. You don't need to do that. You just need to answer it by, of course, addressing how Execration will rotate. If he places himself in advanced positions, and then you'll go attack. Now, the lane gets picked up here by Execration along with the Kufra. Classic pickups for them. Now, Aura, I believe I heard of Barrett's here as their lock-in here. So that will now give an incredibly difficult time for Execration to handle those big objective fights because you're up against an Eve and the Barretts already.
Yeah, KLJJ cannot jump in at any given point unless all the skills have been forced out. And it's all going to be reliant. Oh, it's a Granger!
Oh, okay.
And a Cho!
Oh.
And the Benedetta.
That I heard the Barretts. Oh, excuse me for that.
Oh, maybe it's when Granger spoke and then Cho went for the it kind of mixed.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like Barretts. Like they resonated and then out came Barretts for some reason. Okay, so the Granger and the Cho, that's either going to be going to the hands of Benny Duty or JP. And of course the Granger is going to be going on to Hades. A great record of with the Granger in the regular season if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's at 75%. Hades. He can pretty much handle any long... Aura can handle any melee team fights, that's for sure. They can apply the pressure all throughout the entire game to force Execration in a tight spot. But the main question here is, what's the main side lane picks here for Execration, aside from the Benedetta?
Well, for Execration, they can lock in the Uranus if it's going to be open for them. They're the ones who take away the Alice, so this is going to be a Renzo Benedetta. Kelra will... He might actually go for something along the lines of a Harith if Aura PH don't ban it out, but they do ban it out. Aura PH might want to ban out the Claude, because Execration might have just put themselves in a corner here, keeping that Alice ban out, because that could have been an option for them. Aura PH's last ban might just be the Claude here, or they'll be okay with giving that to Execration. So... they might get a Mage pickup here for Kelra.
I kind of... Yeah, for Kelra, he does have... The Farce is still available.
Yeah, the Farce is still available. Lapu Lapu. You can even go Hayabusa, but then Hayabusa ling in the Benedetta, that's a little bit too much.
Chang'o maybe.
Chang'o maybe is also an option for them to help even out the range that Aura PH has. They can get some range themselves. Actually, yeah, Chang'o would be a good pickup for him if he's feeling it.
Why do I feel like this is a Cho JP and they may just go for another Pika pickup on the side of Aura?
Yeah, that can actually work. It'll be incredibly disruptive along with the real-world manipulation. It's going to be really hard to conduct fights against Aura PH even more so.
Paquito and Natalia, nice ban on the Claude.
A little bit too early to mid for my taste. They might go for something along the lines of another strong front line for Aura PH. Maybe along the lines of won't pick up the box shot. They might pick up the Barretts is still
Yeah. They can secure Barretts.
Or this might be still they might pick up Gron.
Your team is
Maybe.
Phobius.
Esmeralda.
This is definitely a JP showdown.
Sometimes I forget that Phobius is already allowed. So many heroes going through my head, and then just Phobius is there. Why'd you forget about me?
Hey, Reptar, I'll let you remember me.
That's the worst Phobius impression I've ever heard.
But I'm not even trying.
But that's I'll give it like a 20, but out of 100, that's still 20%.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Now, what's the last here for Execration? Do they secure the Paquito?
They are going to be going for Chang'e. It was a Chang'e. Yeah. So double mage. Yeah, this is going to be Execration really splitting the map here. This is going to be their attempt at trying to handle the objective team fights. Let's see. Their main dashes are the Benedetta, the Ling.
You don't count the movement.
Yeah, doesn't count as a dash. So Phobius will just be chasing after the Benedetta. Interesting. See how this goes.
See how this goes. Already 1 point here for Execration. And for the fans of RPH, the fire is still within them. They can pretty much still turn around the game and tie up the series and force a best-of-3 series. Technically speaking, that is what's going to happen if they tie it up. But with the things that have been happening in the way that Execration plays, in general, they thrive off of momentum, and Aura really needs to stop that momentum. Do you think that with the composition that Aura has right now, they can stop and put a dent finally to the momentum that Execration has?
Well, with the double mage lineup of Execration, they will be able to deal good damage into the late game. They don't really have that one presence who can take a big amount of damage from the meteor shower and then from the yin yang overturn as well and still be able to fight. Closest thing they've got to that is an Esmeralda, so this might be an Esmeralda built more of a tank to circumvent the fact that they have a Cho as their tank. So then that they'll still have those strong two strong heroes in the front line. Meanwhile, Kilowatt might be the one who built a more damage-built Phobius. Either or. I'm going to be really looking into their builds.
And we'll have to look into how Execration would be rotating, forcing the issue as Aura forces the issue and Lord Hades steals away a purple buff away. KLVJ. Slightly, no, not slightly, really putting it at a disadvantage in the early game.
Yeah, bad start there for the Ling. He's going to try to make a play to get the purple buff onto the side of Aura PH since Execration has the information that maybe they go for the trade. Chaku almost stealing away that Ursa with the passive basic attack. And yeah, it is going to be KLVJ. He has to do this, but then he has to watch out for the Eve who might be able to displace him and slow him down.
And he is forcing the issue. KLVJ, E2 Max actually dives in for a huge chunk of damage. Revenge! Chaknu knocks up one, takes down Lord Hades.
Blinken, you miss it. The boy just went in with a revenge of the flicker from out of nowhere, and it landed, and that got the kill for Execration. No purple buff yet though for KLVJ, but woo! What a treat to start off game number 2.
You know what? I got the MVP. I'll continue on with
Man,
the MVP for
you know what, man? I really wish you played Cruiser like this.
Hey now, I do sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Chalk Mamba forever.
Chalk Mamba forever. No Math Mamba.
No.
There was this one game where you guys called me No Macnu.
No Macnu. Alright, yes.
There one game where I was like all God mode and stuff, but you know. That's still the purple buff going to Lord Hades, still getting the lead over KLVJ. He is in a level disadvantage, still has yet to reach level 4, but he'll reach, so
yeah, let's see if Execration will actually try to contest the start of or give it to Aura PH and put KLVJ into pushing the map elsewhere and applying pressure maybe in the lane of Terra. But with the way he's running on the walls, it looks like, yeah, he's going to be getting his orange buff, so we might see a fight for the turtle here, but still don't count out Execration to go for the split push strategy instead. Max has the one here.
He really does. Chakno is in position to assist Max. Kilowatt is going to be joining in on the fight here on the turtle. Renzio also has the electro final blow, so there's a lot of opportunity for them to go for the steal here. As Tang Kelra will go for the rotation. Benny Cutie is nowhere to be found at all. 5v4 in favor of Execration in this fight.
That's gonna be a kick.
Onto Chakno, and Chakno goes for the revenge onto Green, almost goes for the rage. But that is already a kill. Chakno turtle will be secured by Aura. The Tempest of Blades will be enough to force Lord Hades into his grave. The electro final blow as well by Renzio.
Bang! Double kill. Double kill there by KLVJ. That was the turtle going to the side of Aura, but again, Execration with the punish plays. Giving up so easily. You get the turtle, giving you a hard time. Give Hades hell, and it is really hell for Hades at the start here. Already 2 deaths before 4 minutes.
I feel like the Execration icon should be changed. The logo should be changed a little bit more.
To what?
Mephisto. You know,
why Mephisto?
Hell-bent on securing victories.
Oh. Maybe they can make it red?
As Itomax is turning red with that Way of the Dragon by JP. And he still managed to make it out? No way.
No,
he does.
Yeah, he gets taken out there. Lord Hades is getting one back. I get 2 deaths, but get 2 more kills just to even that out. So, now, 53 seconds until this next Lord spawns. Kelra and Benny Cutie's lane is the dead lane of this match. Farming up. Kelra has been the one who's tried to rotate, but Benny Cutie knows that this Esmeralda here is incredibly important to the lineup of Aura PH, especially come the mid-game, so he's really just hell-bent on getting those items.
I like that rotation from JP to stop Chakno and prevent any form of protection in the bottom lane, and they trade him out.
What a play there by JP. He's going up against one of the best tanks in Mpl-PH. JP, though he was for the longest time a carry main, he's adjusted really well into the tank role. Kilowatt now chasing after Renzio.
Renzio goes for the electro final blow, will get caught up by Kilowatt.
Whoop. Yeah, but
that's an inherent Phobia's problem.
Yeah. I mean, he won't deal a lot of damage, but he will be able to chase down, and he'll be happy with just that. It provides a lot of zone out. Is what the Phobius does. But he has to be careful. Chakno does have the flicker. He might try to make a play here for Benny Cutie. Ooh, nope. Doesn't use the flicker.
He's going to go for the bounce. KLVJ is going to join in. Tempest of Blaze to secure the kill.
He gets taken out. Great rotation by both squads. Orph is going to trade it out. They'll be able to get this turtle as Execration will be able to break their bottom side tower.
And this is how Execration plays the entire game. They give the turtle away, but they'll find victories elsewhere. They push for the bottom lane tier 1 turret. They're potentially going to go for the tier 2 turret here as well.
And now, I like how Chakno is just shadowing Kelra here. He knows that he can allow his Chakno to push a little bit more to really force the rotation for Aura to the bottom side so they can make a play here in mid, if ever.
Meanwhile, top lane is a lot of the 1v1 action going. Renzio and Kilowatt as a Wave the Dragon once again.
JP. He needs to keep that tempo up, to not be shy to displace and start a fight to pick off Chakno, because you'll, again, just like how they started off game number 1 against Chakno's Cupra, they can continue to do that even more. So now, they have resources of damage.
KLVJ backlines onto Greed. He'll be able to take down as well as a Meteor Shower. The Yin Yang overturn is not available anywhere, but that is a lot of damage output by Execration.
Could have been worse there for Aura PH, but then the counterplay, looking real for Execration, that's been their identity in this series so far. A lot of counterplay coming in from Execration. That's where they've been getting their massive wins. Aura PH, they've been getting their own pickoffs as well, but it seems like when they've committed so much, Execration will punish them.
Gets the rage onto Lord Hades, and this might be a big pickoff. JP gets taken out by the Meteor Shower, and he's going to go ahead and focus his life in the shallow grave that is in the base. Lord Hades takes Etomax as a trade, though.
Ooh, spicy trade there. Hades almost getting taken out. Eventually it was JP who was out there. Etomax was the prize. that Aura PH was able to get. We look into the items, there's already a Brute Force breastplate on the hands of the Benedetta. Brute Force breastplate was the item for Creed to be picked up. First, because there's a lot of physical damage that will become coming into the backline and damage, and he needs more movement speed to get away from it.
Get out alive there. Sorry to cut you off there. That was almost a good pick-off by Aura to secure the turtle, but they are in position. Shotgun charging up the revenge.
Oracle now on the loss. Let's see if Aura has a good positioning here to take this, but then they have to be careful because exactly what they're doing. Shotgun charging it up. Let's see. Won't commit it just yet. Renzo coming in, mid lane, but stopped by Benny TT. Bit of a scramble here, and Execration are losing the formation.
Turtle will be secured by Aura. Chaco goes for the range, catches Lord Hades, but the damage output is not just there just yet as a meteor shower takes down Lord Hades. Kill VJ gets traded out as well, and Ethermax is forced to back off. Renzo trying to do what he can. Dish out a lot of damage onto Greed, goes for the sword intent to secure that kill, and now Kilowatt is on the chase. Dashes?
Oh,
it's dangerous.
It's good. Body force? No, it's not proccing.
But Benny Cutie will be joining in on the 5 with the Falling Star move. Kilowatt forced to back off, and Chakno will just soak up all the damage here. Nothing much that he can do here. He may just be taken out. Ethermax joining in on the fight. Does not have the yin-yang overturn available. He's dishing out damage, gets a stun on JP, and JP's gone.
Execration. It's just a back and forth that we're seeing for both of these squads here. No one really having a massive win to convert into a massive lead. Even Execration, even in the gold rather, just what, 600, 700 apart here. If you look at the items of the carries, 5.9k for Granger, 6.5 for KelVJ. So KelVJ is having a harder time in the jungle. Already has the Demon Hunter Sword and the Endless Battle as well.
Why do I feel like Shaq needs to try and prepare for a dive here? As KelVJ shows himself in the bottom lane. Benny Cutie not spotted out.
Jack might get picked off, he has to be careful.
Chakno is preparing for the revenge and the raid. JP goes for the Kundo, where goes away the dragon. Meteor shower, nice counterplay by Kelra. Here comes the real manipulation. The bodies of Aura, they immediately feel the pain as Green gets taken out. And JP's down to just an eighth of his HP.
So we're seeing the same thing over and over again. Aura PH wants to pick off Chakno. Execration, knowing full well that they will, are always in position to go for the counterplay, but then Aura handles the counterplay well so that they don't get punished a lot. At most they've just been losing Greed or JP, either of those two in a fight. Lord Hades a couple of times as well. But it seems like Execration have found a rhythm that they want to continue, even though they aren't getting the big wins yet. Eventually, though, we might be able to see a big turnaround play because of those counter plays from the Chang'e, from the Kagura that Execration have been dishing out here.
And an opportunity for Execration to carry out another big push is way too real. They get the tier 2 inhibitors. Tier 2 turret in the top lane, but they're still waiting on the Luminous Lord here, I feel. And this will be where one of the next big fights can occur. Because, wait, as I say that, Chakno's really hiding in the bush, we're waiting. They are in prime position to go for a dive if they decide to rejoin in mid.
No, but Keller needs to be closer here.
Chakno gets spotted out, gets the way of the Dragonid, and the Yin-Yang Overturn not really catching anybody, but Chakno does get the Rage. Renzo's going to be diving in on the fight with the Electro Final Blow as well. The real-world manipulation is zoning Ethermax and Keller away from the fight, and there's really nothing much that Execration could have done there.
Yeah, Keller has to watch his positioning because he had to go check, or he went to the orange buff, so he was getting for information there. Aura, they were happy with that. Yes, they displaced Cooper again. Yes, Ethermax is there to help out, but then, what, 3-4 versus 2? It's going to be a difficult fight to take. They need Kelra to be even closer here.
But they also need KelVJ to rejoin the fight, and he is rejoining. He's going to go down, going to go for Benny Cutie. The meteor shower is going to be absorbed by him. Lord will be reset. That's Benny Cutie falling down. Renzo looking for a kill here, potentially, but we'll just be playing it safe.
So Holy Crystal now picked up here by Benedicti, and he might actually be going for more of a damage build while Kilowatt is going for the more defensive build here. I mean, the Focus does have amazing sustain as well, especially if he can just keep getting the Demonic Force hits with the fields that he gets. But now with Chakno with Anti-Curash should help a little bit with the damage coming out from Lord Hades as he is the only main source of physical damage that they have. The rest of Aura PH are magic damage.
You know what? One of the major threats I'm seeing here for Aura is the fact that Renzo and KLBJ can split push. As the Rage connects onto Glade, the Flame Shot as well, the real-world manipulation will be forced out as well as the Weighted Dragon, but immediate shower from Kelra is just going to put a dent on Aura there, but they still manage to come out on top of that. KLBJ kind of overextending his welcome. We'll go for the finish points and go on top of the wall. He's being chased down, but he'll be able to make it out. The Flame Shot almost catches him mid-air. It's a 1-for-2 trade over in the mid lane.
If that Flame Shot landed, I may have just like lost my mind, but then it didn't. But Aura BH now has a bit of a Lord now the champion to the backside bot. They can force the issue here as KLBJ is going quite far, but it's Execration with the potential to move away. That's the play like the final blow committed there. That's going to be the Lord secured by Aura BH, by Hades in the back line. Both back lines getting that. Kelra and Hades get turned out here. Many UP Kilowatts are there for Aura BH to see what's going to be a fight. Here comes Kilowatts. Here comes the Esmeralda as well. That's going to be a focus in Esmeralda sustaining a lot of damage. That's going to be the Link going down. That's going to be the Benedetta going down, and that's 3 members of Execration taken out.
And I like the fast-paced buying skills of JP there. As soon as he was down to half HP, immediately bought the Immortality, just in case he falls down. Good insurance.
The odds are still favoring Execration right now, 65.1% to the 34% for Aura. What Aura has with them is the Lord and the capability to apply a lot of pressure with this push.
They are pushing as a team. They're applying a lot of pressure to the jungle as well to prevent KLBJ from securing a purple buff for himself to make that a little bit more effective. We'll chip down the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. Execration have yet to find an answer. They do have insurance here. As the electric final blow by Renzio will be used up to go for the kill. And Max will be bursted out by the real world manipulation.
Oh, look at JP!
JP's back. Let's go for the Weighted Dragon. Beautiful positioning from Aura. Execration still finding a reason, an ability to defend this base. The Lord will fall down without a doubt, but their HPs are low. And this might look like a tie series, but Kelra has other things in mind. KLBJ dives in with a Tempest of Blaze. We'll go for Lord Hades. JP gets knocked off. And he still manages to make it out.
He survives. Hades praying to the heavens, given hell to KLBJ. Just when you thought I was down, I'm gonna come back and take you out. Great help there as well by Kilowatt, not giving up on Lord Hades. He stuck to Granger, and the little pull, man, the Astaroth's Eye is what brought back. It stopped KLBJ just for that one quick moment to land the hit. And then Hades was able to finish him off. That was absolutely crazy. As we look at the replay now, brought to us by Oppo 894 again. JP good wave the dragon onto the backline to Kelra. Kilowatt and the rest of Aura followed through. It really looked like Execration could have been wiped off here. But then Kelra got back to base to get the heal, but now there's action happening here. Execration.
Low on HP might be a big pickoff here. So Weighted Dragon once again by JP has always been on point. Here comes the 4-star one, Panic Cutie! Dishing out a lot of damage, but the Yin Yang overturn counterplay takes him out.
Renzio still standing here for Execration. That's 2-4-3. Execration lost 3. KLBJ though even it out 3-4-3 now, but he's gonna be forced to go back as him and Chakno are the only ones left to be able to defend this against a marksman and against the tank. It's carry and tank versus carry and tank. 2 versus 2.
Wave the Dragon's available. Goes here immediately for KLBJ. Cancels it out. And KLBJ still manages to make it out alive. Chakno has the rage, pushes the minions back. El Clasico movement there by Chakno himself. Goes for the bouncing ball. JP already low on HP. He's clearing out the minion waves. KLBJ might be taken out. Goes for the Tempest of Blaze. Will almost take down Lord Hades. Almost goes for the revenge once again. It's a flash shot by takes him out. The Immortality is out by JP. And Execration, they're still in the game.
E to the max. Double kill by E to max. Just coming back in time with one of the clutchest flame shots I've ever seen, knocking it out of the park for Execration. Great teamwork by Chakno and KLBJ to buy time for E2Max to come back. Aura PH had their eyes set on the goal though. They wanted to get that tower and they were that base and they were really close. It was a great attempt by Aura PH, but an even greater defense and response by Execration. This is why we're we're seeing them. When we saw it earlier, the win rate percentage was like what, 60-50% for Execration, while it was 40, closer to a little bit 50% for Aura PH. Execration still has a shot here.
Hashtag exit shot right there. It's still, I dare say, this is still anybody's game. I mean, considering the fact that the base is slowly regenerating here, 2 lanes are open for Execration. The defense for Execration has to be on point, and they do have the wave clear insurance with Kelra, with Etomax, to an extent, Renzio as well. But if they can force the issue against Aura,
yeah, but Execration still have to be incredibly careful with the team fights. Aura PH, man, the reason why it got to that point was because they can handle the fights incredibly well against Execration, despite Execration splitting up. But now that is going to be Lord started off by Exit. Let's see if Aura PH will be able to go in for the contest. JP there to disrupt. The Lord still secured by Execration, but then Chaku goes to the back line, goes after straight after Hades.
The flame shot.
Flame shot is going to be securing the kill there. Calra and Lord Hades are down, and the flame shot back this time by Aura PH, taking on Etomax. Now it's going to be Aura PH running after Execration. I just said it. They have a good shot at winning team fight. JP getting chased. Kel VJ swooping in, able to land the kill. Kilowatt 2 versus 1. He has a lot of sustain, so he'll be able to survive that. Chaku being chased by Benny Cutie, and he will get taken out eventually. He does, and now the Lord is marching down the bottom lane for Execration. Aura PH will not be able to get a big win out of this. They will be able to get breathing room though to have a good defense.
And this is not going to be wise for Execration to push with the Lord or eventually just secure the turrets because of the fact that it is a 2v3 with Lord Hades spawning in a bit. Kelra will be spawning in a couple of seconds as well, but he will not be in a position to assist Execration immediately, so they're just going to freeze the lane, give a little bit more priority in the pushes there. But we gotta commend Kilowatt and Etomax there. Their flame shots were relatively on point, man.
Incredibly on point, dare I say. And now Kilowatt and Benny Cutie. Certainly that focus is really looking to be an enormous pressure for Execration. It's not something that they're directly handling, but the sustain and the constant jumps that Kilowatt has on the back line is providing enough disruption to buy time for Aura PH to win a team fight. Hence why we've been seeing Aura PH being able to handle the team fights lately. Execration though have not been losing completely. They've been able to get 1, 2, 3 in return. So in terms of the team fights, just depending on how it goes, it seems to be even. But then the question is, who's going to be left behind, and what are you going to be getting out of a team fight? So in terms of team fighting, and let's say if hypothetically they had no objectives to fight for, they just fought in the mid lane.
So it's just a brawl, basically.
Yeah, if it was brawl, it'll just be even. That's it. But then again, what are you fighting for, and who goes down is the key answer. And so far, it seems like it's the Hades is going down more often than not for Aura PH, because Execration are just hard focusing him. But Aura PH have been able to take down the key targets on Execration because of the sustain that they have on the Esmeralda and Phobius. They live longer, they're able to dive the backlines even more. So because Esmeralda is built as magic damage here, she can sustain herself, not as well as a tank build Esmeralda, but she is also dealing a lot of damage to boot.
And really, it's the late game that worries me for both of these teams. Considering the fact that we are already on the 20-minute mark, if anybody dies, that's 60 seconds of them out of the field. And if it goes longer than 30, 40, 50 minutes, that is a long time for a team fight to happen. Like, we might see a little bit of a cha-cha movement, just like what Aura and Omega did in their final game.
Yeah, exactly. Give Hades hell was one of the key to victories here for Execration, and that's exactly what they have been doing. Hence why Aura PH cannot get a big massive win in a team fight. Yeah, they almost did earlier when they almost took down the base and Hades was left behind, but Execration knows that the main target for us is Hades. The rest of us, even if we can't get the rest, but we get Hades, we should be fine with that, because it'll be hard for Aura to push an end with an Esmeralda, a Joe, a Phobius, and an Eve.
Now we're seeing Execration pushing forward on all lanes, trying to get information, trying to secure the lane advantage in this game. They're trying to equalize everything because of the fact that mid lane and top lane, bottom lane is already broken for them. they have to contest with stronger minions on those lanes. So there's going to be a tougher time for Execration to manage Equilibrium, but I say that the minion waves are already pushing it.
Yeah, Immortality picked up by Chaknu, and earlier I believe it was I think LVJ or something like that? Yeah, he picked up an Immortality for himself. So now Execration, they increased their chance of again going for the second chance fight, the second win, for that punish turnaround. And Aura PH, they don't have a lot of immortalities on them yet, but what they do have is a lot of sustain naturally. JP
flickered out. That is 2 minutes of the flicker down. Can you use that timing to slightly get a fight in? Potentially.
Both teams will now be waiting for the objective. Going to be waiting for that Lord to spawn out.
Execration doesn't need to force the issue here. They don't have a marksman. So they can't force like an end-game fight. It'll be really difficult to do without that. The Aura PH will be able to punish them if they do that. So the fights that we're going to see are always going to be for the Lord, around the Lord bit.
Our potion will be tough enough to make KillVJ get that little bit more firepower to get through the HPs that Aura has. I agree. Lord is where the big team fight is going to be. We're already seeing Chaknu and Keller positioning themselves in the side brush there in the mid lane, while the rest of Execration, they're just applying pressure in all the lanes, just to keep sure that Aura is held back as much as possible. The risk here for Aura is that if they focus their attention on the Lord, there is a big chance that either Renzio or KillVJ would go for the split push.
Renzo, won't be surprised if he does do that. Because taking away the Esmeralda from a team fight for Aura PH will increase the chances that Execration will be able to win a team fight. Although they still have a bit of stuff to worry about with the Phobius looming around there. But I like how Renzo doing this. Just really constantly just keep pressuring the side lanes. You have a Benedetta, you have a Ling. You guys are fantastic with split pushing. So make the most out of that. If Chaknu lands it,
does not going to be committing with the Wave of Dragon just yet. Too early. Nobody's going to be in range to go for the follow-up, but the Lord's already being started off Execration.
Good patience on both ends. If Keller and Indomas decided to take that opportunity, then they had a chance that Aura PH would come and swoop in and go for the turnaround. But now they're swooping in to contest this Lord.
And that is a threat here. Renzio is on the top lane. The Lord is our primary focus here. As we speak, KillVJ does have the retribution available. Still being chipped out by Aura. They're waiting for a misstep here from Execration. Renzio's going to be joining in on the fight. Has the final kill. Watch will be diving in the backline takes Keller. That is going to be big, and just KillVJ will go for a duel against DB, not the best duel they want in the backline. Hades takes down. Well, not just yet. Immortality will be popped. He's very low. The flicker's already expended. Immortality will be popped there. But Renzo, the race by Chaknu keeps them alive here. Until when?
Again, another team fight with no one having a big win. One for one at the end of all of that. You can see the caution really seeping in here for both teams. They're taking every little moment incredibly carefully. Even that dive by BenQT was incredibly well calculated. He didn't jump E2max in the Kelra, actually in the back line, until he saw where the rest of Execration was. And Kelra luckily had the Winter Turn on to buy a little bit more time, but eventually he got taken out. Okay, so Athena's shield was now picked up here by Lord Hades, so we'll be able to survive a little bit more of the burst magic damage that E2max and Kelra can dish. And what we've been seeing is that Hades is starting to turn into an incredibly slippery target for Aura PH for Execration to get.
And again, Execration will be forcing out the engine here with Lord, but everybody already properly spawned out. That maybe as well is up. Renzio is just applying that much pressure in the top lane to force Aura to decide, are we going to defend a potential base race, or are we going to contest the Lord? That's a big question in mind here for Aura.
Execration not forcing anything. Again, I've been the one who's casted all the casts I've had are 5 games. I feel like I've been here before.
Time and time again.
We're really just going to be waiting it out and seeing the minutia of everything. The little fine details of Mobile Legends. How you're going to be pushing out the minion waves. What items are you going to buy out and trade so that you can get just a slight boost in defense or in attack. Immortalities for actually across the board, everywhere. Almost everyone has one. Chaknu and Benedetta are the ones who have for Execration. They're happy with how their backline is positioning, so it's okay. More melee presses on the side of RPH, so they actually only just got two. Actually, not an immortality for the Esmeralda was picked up. It was a brute force press.
That's it. Gets picked off. That's it. That's a big massive opening that Execration can make the most out of. It's past 25 minutes now. We're on TikTok timer. 7 seconds until Benny comes back. Aura can do this. They can force out the Lord or split together in Benedetta because you're going to force Aura out of the Lord and then eventually go to the Lord and secure it yourself.
Execration playing it smart here. KLBJ is also positioned near the base. He's roaming. He's gathering information here. Now the Lord is going to have HP meteor shower will be used up as well. The real manipulation force is down. Will be repositioning and overturn will be used up. The burst damage is there. The range is next on JP actually. And he gets green. They're looking for Lord Hades here. KLBJ will be diving in. And the damage output by JP, by Lord Hades, is just not enough to take down KLBJ. A lot of members of Aura are going to spawn in a minute or so.
3, 2, 1. That was just well played by Execration. You saw that their Aura PH kind of on a scramble, like, we have to defend this. Top lane's getting pushed, the middle turret's being threatened, and the middle wave is being threatened by Renzo. What are we going to do? How are we going to contest this? Again, that's the power of having the link and gentle on your squad, man. You just have so much capabilities to split the map and split apart your opponents in terms of who's going to be covering where.
That is the Lord. The Luminous Lord marching on towards the top side is what Execration wants to happen. And they have access towards the mid lane and the bot lane. JP and Kilowatt, Benny as well, needs to buy time for Lord Hades and Greed to rejoin them in order for them to have a fighting chance, to have their defensive options up, potentially save their base here as Chaknu prepares to revenge, just as a warning.
They play it safe. And now Execration, one turret away. And now look at the win rate percentage. 1 point is just now looking more red than it is blue. 81.4% possibility that Execration. And again, someone was there flying! Again, it's the same spot! Lord Hades is flying across the Granger. Why is it always that?
Why is it always a Granger?
Why is it always Hades? It was also Hades last time.
I'll just watch you guys from heaven.
But he's already in the game.
Yeah.
So,
Execration could end it here, man.
They could. Lord is being chipped out by Aura. They have nothing to do with the bottom lane inhibitor turret.
Like, there's no way.
They now Execration, they're marching forward for the potential match point in this fight. Chaknu is waiting for an opportunity to go for the red. He's charging. He likes his positioning, but he's backing off. Too risky. 5 members are up.
Oh, JP!
Oh, JP! Zones out KLBJ as well as the real world manipulation will be used up. Kilowatt chasing down KLBJ, manages to survive there, and he can rejoin on the fight. He is regenerating his HP. Kilowatt will be getting the brunt of the damage there from the rest of Execration, and they are backing off and disengaging.
Aura PH, JP, giving Execration a little bit more breathing room, forcing that issue after he almost got a kick onto, it was either Keller or Ethermax that he almost kicked back to the base of Aura Philippines, but because they were able to just move away, to not get kicked back just in time, just like the 2-3 pixels to the left or the right, not sure exactly what direction, he was able to get away safely. But yeah, definitely you could say that that was JP giving Aura PH a fighting chance in this match. He pulled off a play that, yes, it was forced, but it's something that you need to do. You needed to do something to force Execration back, just even by just a bit. Give yourselves a little bit more time to reposition better, and then recompose yourselves, and that's exactly what they got.
But here's the thing, though. From the trend that we've seen Chaknu play his entire career, if he has a Kufra, and if your team is right next to the base, get ready to get raised right next to your base and get taken down in your own turf. That's a real threat that they have, and I feel like Execration has the firepower to keep pushing them towards that spot for Chaknook to get that opportunity itself.
And now, all the questions that I have for here are for Aura BH. How are you going to respond to this? You're up against a Benedetta and Ling who just have so much map presence and have a lot of coverage all around the map to really just continue to pressure you, staying in base. They're up against a Chang'e and a Kagura who have fantastic wave clear. So yeah, all throughout, Aura PH are just gonna be turtling. We're past the minutes where there's a turtle that's gonna be spawning, but yeah, they're just gonna be turtling for the longest time. I won't be surprised if at one point Kilowatts might even consider building just one trade out one sustain item for one damage item.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, because they're lacking at this point a little bit of firepower. Yeah, Benedetti's Esmeralda hurts, but then you're up against so many mobile heroes that it's quite hard. He has been able to land some great falling star moons, but overall, going up against a Ling, Kagura, Benedetta, and Chang'e, your main targets are going to be the Kagura and Chang'e, both of which have ability to somewhat dash, but also at the same time, for the case of the Chang'e, to just increase your movement speed to sidestep the Esmeralda. So yeah, I get now why Execration's chances of winning this game are so much higher compared to Aura PH.
And with that being said, they are still knocking on doors, always pushing in towards the side of Aura PH. And Chaknook's looking for really looking for an opportunity to go for the revenge raid.
Look at them get forced back by this meteor shower. JP again.
The way of the dragon onto Kelra, but as well as the real world manipulation. Of course,
the damage
going down. Kilowatt going in for the fight. Will go for Renzio. Will change targets potentially on Chaknook, but he is going to be focusing on the squish targets here, and they have to wait 73 seconds for Execration. Just at the same time as the Lord.
Yeah, real world manipulation coming in big there for Aura PH. Why they got bursted down, that was the reason. And now that's something that they have to watch out for here. 4-7 and 16 is the stat line here for Greed. Execration in general has done a fantastic job of finding out Greed and disrupting his world manipulation. And because again they have a lot of mobility, they've been able to sidestep it most of the time. But we saw just then how devastating real world manipulation hits landing over and over again onto you will hurt. So Execration have to be careful for that. Yes, Hades is their main target, but now they also have to balance who are we going to get, Hades or Greed, because either or being alive in a fight for Aura PH can deal so much damage, and they're already incredibly big threats for Execration to handle.
Oh, Chaknook finds JP, and he has to fall back. He does not want to go for a team fight here. Goes for the way the dragon to push everybody back. And the tables have turned completely here. Aura now they have priority over the Lord.
With it spawning 8 seconds away, it's going to be a tough Lord take for Aura PH to start, because it's going to take a while for the Lord to get taken out here, and then at the same time Execution can again just put them out.
A lot of threats for Aura if you are...
You call the fans of Aura. The fans of
Aura?
Yeah, the...
Aura Fires.
If you an Aura Fire starters.
Yeah, that's nice. The Aura Fire starters.
I'm here all day, Aura, if you want some social media work. But yeah, if you're a fan of Aura, you gotta give them your energy, man.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing. Execration can secure match point off of a potential pick-off. Any pick-off Execration can get that match point, and it's going to be tougher and tougher for Aura to fight back.
Ooh. The numbers are still leaning towards Execration. 80+% chance to win this game compared to the 15-20% chance of Aura PH. But you cannot count out the possibility that Aura PH will be able to turn things around on the back of the Esmeralda, on the back of their Phobius. As long as Hades and Greed can stay alive long enough, they'll be able to do that. Renzio is pushing down bottom lane. This Lord hasn't been reset yet. Aura PH might just move in and steal away, but Renzio's pushing.
Yeah, Aura needs to be careful here. The Lord is being chipped off. KLVJ is not in a good spot. He's gonna go for the push as well. You can help the Lord, but we can go for the win, and Execration just has to stop them from falling back. And the Lord is back. It's just Cutie on the base on his own. Oh, the minion waves are pushing forward. Goes for the wave. Not the wave of the dragon.
Damage. Benny Cutie was more than enough to defend it. The damage coming out of that Esmeralda, but now that they have to defend against the Lord, JP and KLVJ are down. That's gonna be Greed going down. The Lord is on the side of Execration. They are only down one. They have the tools to potentially end this game right here. They're up against a Granger with good wave clear, up against an Esmeralda who's done a crazy amount of damage. He's proved it. That fully charged Pulling Star Moon will be absolutely devastating for Execration to feel and take. So now, with this Lord, a 33-minute fight. Will it end here, or will Aura hold on yet again?
30 seconds on JP, 50 seconds on Greed. It's a Hail Mary here for Aura to secure the defense that they want. And Kilowatt will go for a fight against Top. No revenge will be used up as well as the rage connects onto that stump of a turret, and they will take him out. And this may just be it, man. Execration will secure match point in this series, and they are closer in punching their ticket into the finals. And this winning moment is brought to you by Head and Shoulders, just one match away.
One away until Execration makes their appearance in the finals. But it's me on this table, and